Gather round, people. Let me tell you my tale. I've got a story to share that won't ever fail. From the break of dawn till the midnight hour. This is my story. It's got heart and power. I was born in a small
I am from Greene County, Ohio. My background, I would say, is pretty much a typical kid. My upbringing, my mom was a nurse. My dad he had different jobs here and there. He was a chef. He was a newspaper man. He did whatever he could to make things work and get things together for us to have a good life. I have two older brothers and one younger sister. How I first heard about Toward Independence was I was 15 years old. I was working at a Wendy's, and a good friend of mine, his sister worked at Toward Independence at the time, and he was talking to me about her job. He was like, she takes care of people, but it's not like a nursing home type style. It's more of like you're there to be their friend, you're there to take care of them, you're there to understand them in ways that others couldn't. And it sounded a lot like what I wanted to go for, because at the time I was very unsure of whether or not if I wanted to do nursing in my life or if I wanted to do social working. And to me, this feels like a good mix in the middle. My hiring process at TI is actually a little bit funny. I initially tried to apply the day I turned 18 because I really wanted to work here so bad. But when I was 18, I was still in school. Even though I was on a work-study program, I wasn't able to come here yet because they weren't allowing people to come in without their diploma. So I waited a couple more months. I graduated and wanted to apply, but the home I wanted to work at, which was Jamestown ICF, didn't have any positions open. I worked somewhere else for a couple months, and then I came back. I called TI up one day, and I was like, hey, do you have an opening? And they had an opening for me at TI, and I started working on the overnight for the weekends in Jamestown. Xavier was my home manager at the time, and I was scared, but I enjoyed it. I'm still here. Working here at Toward Independence has changed my personal life, as in I have learned to become more patient. I have said from the get-go that this job has helped me know that I could be a better mother to my children, and I believe that I have, because I have learned patience from being in this career. Prior to this, I had no patience at all with anybody. Now I think it's very big. Working at TI has changed my perspective with life in ways in how individuals can participate and do where they deserve. I mean, they already deserve it so much, but and how in a way that we can impact them in a better way, the way the world that should change to accommodate everybody. And I think about that all the time. I think about what way can I do to make this better for this person, because at the end of the day, they are just a person, just like we are. There's nothing we shouldn't interfere with that. We should want to make it better for them. The most memorable thing that has happened with me working at TI is taking home some of the individuals for the holidays, especially for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I would take home a couple of them. They'd stay the night. We would have Christmas morning at my house. No matter the situation, I would make sure that they'd be able to come. I did that for 2 or 3 years until I had a whole life situation change. But as soon as I'm able to, I would love to be able to take them again home, because everyone deserves somewhere to go, somewhere to be, somewhere to feel like they're family, especially during the holidays. I won't forget bringing them home. I think that's just one of, I don't know, that's just, I love it. There was a time in my personal life where I was going through a lot at home. I was going through a separation of a long-term relationship. We were together for over 7 years. Um, my clients I would come into work and I would be crying, and the individuals would give me hugs. They would just love on me. They would remind me that I was so pretty and that there was other people that I could go look for later. I would have some of them I had Laura, actually, from Maryland home. One day she just hugged me for a solid 5 minutes when I was crying, and I think it was just a few days after the separation, and that really like helped me pull myself together. Laura and Keith make sure that they ask about me and my family and how I'm doing every day. They're really good. So don't the other individuals. When I see them, they ask about how I'm doing, how everybody's doing, my kids, my home life. I had to restart and move back in with my mom for a little while, and a year later I have a new boyfriend. I have my own place again. I have a whole fresh start, and it's amazing. And again, my individuals, they never treated me any different from before to then and to now. It's still just the same amount of love, the same amount of acceptance. My biggest thing with my children for Toward Independence Toward Independence has given me an open view on is making sure that my children have been raised correctly, not to stare, not to do all the things that they should not do, children aren't normally growing up with people who have disabilities in this way. So it's always important for me to make sure that my children know that there's nothing to be scared of, that they're just like me and you. I would recommend Toward Independence as a place to work, because you get a whole family here. You get your family by your individuals. You get family from the staff that's here, and even up into the HR department. We have a really cool banquet that we can do, and you can win prizes and money, and sometimes you don't win anything at all. I've won for my first 2 years, and I have not for the last 2 years, but I have a lot of fun going. It's a lot of fun to watch people. It's super entertaining. So whether you're going there to try to get a prize or to end up coming home with nothing at all, it's great. It ends up just working out. I had actually ended up getting 2 other people hired. That one of them works here still. She came in like 6 months after I did, and she loves this place just as much as I do. And I couldn't imagine her not being here with this company. And when I referred that person to TI, I ended up getting a referral bonus, and she also got a sign-on bonus. The referral bonus was really good, especially I was pregnant and I was getting stuff for my new baby, so it helped a lot. If someone were to ask me about how it is working at TI, I would, in one word, I would tell them family. If it was my last day at TI, I would like to look back as my legacy as the amount of times that I've advocated for my individuals, for all individuals. Advocacy is one of the best things that you can do for anybody, especially those who depend on someone else to sometimes speak up for them when there's ways that they can't. And advocacy is a very, very big thing for me. With Toward Independence, I would like to eventually become a home supervisor. I think I have a good mindset for it. I think I could do really well with it. I've had multiple people tell me that, hey, you should really try to apply for this role. But right now in my life, I know that I'm not ready for it because I have small children that I need to be putting a lot of my focus onto. But when they're older, I'm counting the days because I'm really hoping to apply specifically for an ICF home as a supervisor, maybe in 5-10 years to come.
This is my story.
My name is Kiszney.
It's got heart and power.
And this is my story.
I was born in a small town, nothing much to see, but I had dreams in my eyes. As my story, a journey